Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I wanted to create an I'm cold winter look. I recently got this scarf off Etsy and it just has the prettiest color combination, and I felt very inspired to create a look to wear when I want to wear this scarf. It's so nice, it's so soft too. It's made of mohair yarn. I'll link it down below if it's still available. So I think today should be fun. I want to do a little bit of a colorful twist on the I'm cold makeup trend. So before we get into it, I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. To make sure this base stays all day, I'm using my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And then for my foundation, I'm going to be using my YSL All Hours foundation in the shade LN6. It's so odd. It doesn't mark the shade anywhere on the bottle, but I believe it's LN6. I practiced this eye look this morning and I can't wait to see what it looks like with a completed base. It would be so fun to have like a go-to look with a little bit of color, especially for the winter time, because it's like there's no color in the winter at all except for like the blue sky. I also wanted to say a big thank you to all of you who commented such sweet and supportive and validating messages on my last video about my breakup. It just meant so much to me. You guys really helped me, although it took me a few days to go through the comments because it was like highly emotional. It just helped me so much more than I even knew. It's really awesome to get advice from women from all over the world. It's really cool. The internet is so cool for that, and I'm just so thankful for my little space I created here on the internet. I was so scared to say that I was going through a breakup, but I'm so glad that I did, because you guys gave me such good advice and I feel like I've been healing really well. I'm feeling better and better every day. I'm sleeping so well, because the month before I decided to break up with him, I was only sleeping like a few hours a night, but now I'm sleeping like 9 to 10 hours, which is so needed. It's been good, and I know I've made the right decision for me and my life and what I want. But enough about that for now. I'm now using my Physicians Formula Butter Concealer. Is that what it's called? Butter Glow Concealer. And I'm using the shade Light to Medium. This stuff smells like summer, which is confusing me for this winter-inspired look. My skin is so reactive these days. Like, I feel my skin getting blotchy all of a sudden. I tried to film this video yesterday too, and my face broke out in hives. And I'm using all the things I usually use. It's so weird, but look. I'm going to set my under eyes using my Givenchy powder in the shade 3. To define my face, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Beauty Wands in the shades Light Medium and Fair Light. I'm just going to use the tiniest amount of Fair Medium. This is more of like a bronzer color for me. I want more of like a cool toned look to this look, so, but I still need a little bit of warmth. Now I'm using the contour color. I'm also going to put a touch of this on my forehead to keep this nice and I almost said constipated. To keep this nice and concentrated, right here I'm using this smaller brush, which is similar to the Sephora 56 brush. What's an I'm cold winter look without the Saie blush in the shade Chili? There isn't one. So I'm going to use this quite generously, higher up on my cheekbone. Right there. Oh, it's the most beautiful color. And because I'm planning on using blue on the eyes, it's gonna be so cute. I love the combination of like this mauvier color and a blue like that. So cute. And I'm using my BK Beauty 106 brush to blend this out. And we also have to put it on our noses for this look. I'm going to put it a little underneath and on top as well. I'll calm that down soon because it's a little too Rudolph. No, Santa, I will not guide your sleigh tonight. I have to slay somewhere else. I'm putting whatever's left on my brush on my forehead as well as my chin, because whenever I shovel my sidewalks, this is where the mapping is of where I get cold, that cold flush look. It's always higher up by my eyes and such. Okay, so now to highlight a little bit, I'm going to use my Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade 10. Just a little bit on the high points. It gives a nice subtle glow. Taking more of my setting powder, I'm now going to distribute this on my face. And I'm getting tempted to add a little bit more blush because I've been really wanting to try these on camera. I've used them a few times, but these are the Flower Nose blushes. They're so pretty. This is from the Swan Ballet collection. Yeah, this is the shade Silky Ribbon 03, and it's so pretty. I mean, like, look at the detail in every little speck of this thing. It's amazing. There are some other shades as well, but I think this one gives me that kind of cold look vibe. So I'm just going to take a touch because I don't want to ruin the beauty of this makeup on this brush. This is my BK Beauty 107. Just like the tiniest hint, like a little blush topper. Now it's time to prime my eyes and do my brows, so please enjoy the kitten intermission. So for my eye look, I'm going to be using a few bits and bobs from my collection, but to make the base, I'm going to be using pretty much primarily the Cool Toned Row in my Patrick Ta palette here. So I'm going to start with this shade right here. And I'm using this kind of more dense flat brush. This is a BK Beauty 204. And I'm stamping this along my lash line and bringing it out just a little bit. I'm going to wipe this brush off and I'm going to go to the darker shade next to it, just to add more depth right on my lash line here. I'm now taking this small Refer 13 brush and I'm going to just blend this out a little bit before I add any pigment. I just want to see how far this stretches. And then I'll go in with that first shade with a little bit of this one here. I don't want this to be so blown out, but I just want to keep it concentrated just on my lower lid for the meantime. I'm taking that contour shade and I'm putting it into my inner crease like so to mirror that. I kind of did this in my holiday look too. I like the way that looked because I want to fill this area with blue and sparkles. I'm going to take a second away from the eyeshadow palette. I'm now taking my Nabla Cupid's Arrow in the shade Powder Blue, and I'm going to use this as a base. So I'm going to put this all over my lid here, as well as in my inner corner. And I'm opening my eye because I want some of the blue to peek through here too. This is kind of like a flat, fluffy brush. It's the Eye Shade brush from Huda. And then I'm going to kind of press and tug this around to blend it out. And this is just going to act as kind of like a sticky base layer for the powder eyeshadow I'm going to add on top. So the powder shadow looks more opaque and I don't have to struggle with it as much. And because I don't have like a perfect blue to match the shade, the specific shade I have up in here, I'm going to mix a few things. So I'm taking this shade 8-Bit from this Sugar Pill Fun Size palette, and I'm going to mix it in with the white from the Patrick Ta. So I just dip into this a little bit and then into the white and then back into the blue. And that's going to make this look more pastel. And then it just becomes the perfect powder blue. I'm also putting that mixture with a little bit more white into the inner corner. And then I'm just taking pure white to kind of fade this off. Then I'm going to darken things up again using this palette. So taking a mixture of those two browns I put up here, I'm going to blend it on my lower lash line, kind of leaving a gap. I love adding a lot of depth right here. I think it looks so flattering. Then I'll take the contour color and I'll just blend the rest of the way here. Ooh, should I add a little bit more blue to the lower? I feel like so. Just a little bit. This doesn't look like what I practiced this morning, but it looks way better. Now I'm going to incorporate some shimmer, and I wanted to use these glorious shades from this palette from Flower Nose. Isn't this so cute? This is the palette in the shade 01 White Swan. They came out with two other ones in this collection. This is kind of a pink toned palette in the shade Pink Swan. Really cute. I love how they're laid out. And this one's Black Swan, so it's a lot more intense. Can't wait to create a look with that. But the shimmers in here are crazy, especially this glitter shade on the side. Insane. I'm going to apply it using this brush. This is a BK Beauty 205. I'm going to pick up some of that beautiful white shimmer and I'm going to sprinkle it like pixie dust all over this look, primarily on the blue shade. Taking a smaller one for my inner corner. And I dampened this brush a little bit so I would grab extra. And then I'll wrap it around a little bit right underneath of my iris under here. And then I wanted to add even more glitter using one of their liquid glitters. This is the shade 04 Perfect Blossom. This one has a little bit of a pink tinge to it. And I thought it'd be cute to add this shift right here, as well as underneath. I just did my mascara off camera so I could get really up in there because I didn't want to ruin this at all. But here are the eyes. I think I want to add one more detail with the Nabla pencil. I think I need to shove this in my waterline. I feel like it would take this look to the next level. And here are the eyes all finished. I added my Clio Kill Lash Mascara. I love this eye shape. I think it's so cool. And that glitter is so pretty. I can't get over it. Love this. Okay, now let's do the lips. I'm going to start by lining my lips using this Cheekbone Horizon lip pencil in the shade Sand. It's really, really nice and creamy, but not too creamy that it's not going to last. And then I'm going to use one of these. This is the Flower Nose. I'm not sure what formula it is, but it's in the shade Silver Moon. And it looks like a really nice, like balmy leaning lipstick. I think that's a good color with the cheek. This is exactly what I had in mind. I wanted a really fun blue eye to match my blue Super Puff and this beautiful scarf. Oh my gosh, cute! This eye look turned out way too good. And I love this lip combo too. It has the prettiest like glossy shine. I love how this turned out, and it turned out better than what I had initially planned out. Love when that happens. But that's going to be all from me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'll have everything listed and linked in the description box down below for your convenience. So feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.